All right. This is Wild Phil with Wild Philosophy. Today's podcast, we got the one and only Chicagoland seasoned comic veteran. You know him, you love him, Mike Knight.
I hope so. Thank you for having me.
Wow, dude, I didn't stutter, man. I'm working
Round
on that
of
hosting.
applause.
Hell yeah.
Beam, beam, beam.
Yeah. It's funny, right when you pulled up,
Yeah.
you're telling me, you're like, who's that fucking white rapper with the vampire grills?
You
Why
knew what I
y'all
was
dressed?
talking about?
And I'm like, oh, Riff Raff, you know? And I'm like, yeah, dude, like that's funny that you said it because you know it's hilarious. Do you know who Billy Long is?
I don't.
He's a suburban producer. I like him a lot.
Okay.
He's doing I wouldn't know how to describe him. He's a super fan of comedy.
Okay.
So he's just putting together a shit ton of fucking shows.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of good opportunities for people who don't get they booked a lot, you know? And he kind of looks like Don Vito from CKY.
Oh, okay.
And but I remember one time he messaged me. He's like, "No way, Phil, this motherfucker's copying you." And it was a video.
He was talking about.
I was like,
Riff
I might be copying him, dude. But
you got to get instead of shark teeth grills, you got to get just all molars.
Yeah.
but grills.
yeah,
Just all back teeth, but
actually, I think
platinum.
I think I got him here. Here, let me see. Shut up.
I wouldn't be surprised. This whole basement area is full of haunted items. I'm noticing low key.
Wear him for this thing.
Yeah, please do. There we go.
Oh man, that fucking
Hell
hurts.
yeah. Hell
Is
yeah.
that looking good?
We got to think of a different name for you though. It can't just be Riff Raff.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
See, Polish possum. The what else we got? Let me think.
Please, while you're wearing those, do me a favor and start the podcast off with "What It Do, Baby."
What it do, baby? This is Wild Philosophy.
You said that like you're in one of those trucks with the 20-foot tires.
Yeah. Dude, if I got rich, I would totally try to.
You'd have a monster truck.
I would undercompensate. I want like a fucking Prius with like lawnmower wheels, you know? Just to troll everybody, bro.
Lawnmower wheels with spinners on them.
Yeah, dude. You know what happened recently that's really goofy. So, I mean, everybody that was on my face, I talked about it on somebody else's podcast, but I may
Yeah.
as well talk it on here. I got dude, I had so much fucked up shit happen in a row. Does this sound ridiculous? I got that grill list, baby. Yeah,
You have
keep
to
it in.
own it. That's the only thing.
Just
You
keep
just,
it
you
in?
just have to own it.
Dude, you know how funny this is when I got these? So, like, I grew up in a Catholic family, and my mom would keep all these, she was very, nostalgic, so she had all these, we had, like a baptismal chain,
Yeah.
confirmation chain, and dude, they're, as thin as a thread, you know?
Yeah.
It's just, for
Yeah.
memory.
It's a necklace.
And I'm not Catholic, so she finally gave them all to me when I was 30. She's like, "Oh, he's mature. He's gonna use this the right way." And I melted them all down to these grills.
Melted Catholic chain.
You should have seen the look on her face,
Into
bro.
grills.
What it do, mama?
You got the holy grills in.
Yeah,
Indiana Jones and the Holy Grills.
yeah, dude.
Hell
That's a good name
yeah.
for a joke ass rap album or
Yeah,
something.
Gary Indiana Jones
Mm-hmm.
and the Holy Grills.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna use that. I'm not joking.
Yeah, you have to start a new web series.
But you know what's wild about these is your teeth shift all the
Oh,
time.
yeah.
So I got these 3 years ago.
Yeah.
This is so wild. I burnt the fuck out of my mouth because I was like, how can I get them to fit? Because I had to pry them open, and then I talked to the jeweler. It's a place called Red Light Jewelry. It's he's like a punk rocker, so he makes custom shit the wildest thing you can imagine. I mean,
Yeah.
if you had just crazy. I mean, some guy had a pet mouse that died, so he molded his skull into a silver ring.
Come on.
Alright. Like oddities stuff, you know. And I asked him, I'm like, so how much would it be to reshape? And it was a lot. So I just poured hot glue in there and reshaped it with the hot glue. and it stank. It stank.
Of course.
Yeah, dude.
Of course. Did you even like ChatGPT the glue thing? How did you know that was gonna work and not ruin 50% of your mouth for the rest of your life?
Oh, I just
You just left it up to God since they're holy grails. You were like, it's gonna work.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth the swag, you know. I was a welder, so I was like, I know about
Putting
burns.
hot glue in a melted down Jesus chain
That's my
has
that's-
nothing to do with welding.
I know.
Your skills meant nothing.
I know. That's my way to distract off the topic.
I'm saying I made a peanut butter jelly sandwich, so I know how to steer a boat.
Yeah. I used to be a boat captain, and we ate PBJ all the time.
Yeah.
That's how you know I got experience. But yeah, no, I did some. That's kind of, dude. You want to hear some redneck shit? So do you know what pit vipers are?
Explain them to me.
They're those like Macho Man glasses.
Yeah.
And those, the actual company, it's like $90 a pair because they come with a lifetime guarantee.
Yeah.
So you could literally buy them, run them over your truck the next day, and they'll give you a new pair.
No shit.
But I'm like, dude, I'm not fucking paying $90 for glasses. So they had fake ones on Temu. I'm the fucking Temu king.
Yeah,
Everybody's
yeah.
seen my bit. And I bought like a color for every wardrobe. I had like a fucking wall of Pit Viper glasses, you know?
Oh yeah.
But what sucks is when they counterfeit them, they print them in, you ever see like 3D printing?
Yeah.
You know those videos when they have to like crack it off?
Oh, and it has a little sharp piece on it.
Yeah. I would keep cutting my ears.
Oh
So this white trash motherfucker, do you know what Plastidip is?
No, but I know what a nail file is. Why didn't you do it the easy way?
I don't know. You know what I did, bro? So when like pliers and shit, they have that rubber coating on them.
Yeah.
They had like back in the day, there was a commercial with Billy Mays, where you dip your tools.
Yeah, you need a speedboat. Grab your screen door.
Yeah.
Dip it.
Yeah. So I would dip. Yeah, they had the spray one too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought the one that it's like a Red Bull can, and you just dip it in there, and that shit is like it instantly gives you cancer if you inhale it. It's real bad.
Of course, how could it not?
So I dipped all my sunglasses.
Isn't that how he died? Wasn't he like sniffing that shit or something like that?
I don't know. I got rid of all my Temu glasses, man. That's fucking karma, whatever, for not buying official. But yeah, dude. What do we? I wanted to hit on some top. So what do you think of this whole? This is driving me nuts because
Talk to me.
I am apolitical. If people want to call me a pussy for not getting involved,
Okay.
sure. I'm a proud pussy, I guess. So, but what's bothering me is like a lot of these people. So first of all these people getting involved in other people's business and how they
Okay.
make money. Secondly, I'm like, they go, aren't those the 9/11 people? All of Saudi Arabia is 9/11 people. Like here's what I'm saying. If you're probably educated on the topic better than me, I would say, because you're a little bit more like politically involved. I would say, right? No, I don't know. I'm asking. I wouldn't know.
I mean, I do the same thing with my thumb you do on your phone.
Yeah.
So whatever it's feeding me, it's feeding me.
Yeah, because to me it's like it's the same argument. Like you ever hear like when white people get called out, and then maybe there's like a Jewish person like, I'm not white, I'm Jewish, and they're like, well, that's a religion.
That one throws me off. I always wonder about that. Like everybody
Yeah.
else gets to be white except for them.
I mean, I kind of understand it because it's like a different upbringing and there's different values. Like I think Jewish people almost are like they had the discipline of like when we look at like Japanese people, where like instead of learning a violin at 3 years old, you're reading the Torah type thing, And I think the religion like really makes you a lot more. I don't know how to explain it. You understand things better at a younger age,
Okay.
But that's what it was confusing me is like everybody's going, fuck these Saudi Arabians, and it's like, isn't that kind of a little racist?
Oh sure. Yeah.
Are you shit? You know what I mean? It's like, how do I put it? Like there's more Polish people in Chicago than in Warsaw. So it'd be like if Russia attacked Poland, then you'd be like, don't you care about the Chicagoans?
Right.
That's how I'm
right,
looking
right.
at it. You know, like I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but
Yeah.
how do you feel about it?
I'm kind of split. In my view, right? Like if you follow me around for an entire day, I'll make a hypocrite out of myself easy.
Yeah.
So I don't. I try my best not to point too many fingers at somebody just because you catch them being a hypocrite, because you're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to grow. You're allowed
Yeah.
to, there's things, I don't know all these people's lives, but I what I hope is in a lot of people's the comics hearts is that they're going over there like, let's bring comedy over to this part of the world that probably doesn't
Yeah.
have it. And there's a bag attached. I'll take it. But I
Yeah.
think what people is getting hung up on, right, is there's probably a comic or two that was like pointing their finger at other people like, oh, you sold your soul for
Yeah.
$250,000, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
they turning around and a bag of money's in their lap, and they're like, okay.
You know what it reminds me of? There was a clip. I forgot who the host is. It's a British TV show. It's
Ricky
not.
Gervais.
No, it wasn't him, and it wasn't James Corden. It was somebody
Okay.
else. It's a show that's only in England, but it was a clip where Chris Rock is on there with Emma Watson, the Harry Potter girl.
Okay, yeah.
And she's like, well, I didn't know if I wanted the role because I didn't feel like maybe I could do that spot. And Chris Rock's just like, hold up.
Yeah.
Give me the money. I don't care if I'm playing a white guy. Give me that fucking
Yeah.
money. You didn't grow up poor, like,
Yeah.
And they were dying from that, because that's kind of what's like, dude. Who the fuck? I would probably go to Riyadh for $1,000. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's so stupid to me. Like, I'm super opinionated about that. Like, I probably shouldn't have. I used to do a lot more review videos, and I
Yeah.
did this video when I was an edgier open micer, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just called like Everyone's Canceled. And I was talking
Yeah.
about how, you're mentioning, you're probably a hypocrite. Well, being a hypocrite has to do with where do you set your levels?
Yeah.
Everybody's a hypocrite at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I remember, for example, like, I was talking about this on the other part, where like, is it a coincidence? Black Panther came out in the height of Black Lives Matter. It's these fucking corporations trying to sell this to the black crowd.
Sure.
And they're like, oh, it's an entire black cast. Look at who's owning the money. Look at who's writing the money. Look at who's directing. It's a whole white cast. It's a fucking scam, So to me, it's like, at the end of I can't explain it. It's like, it can't be a double standard. Because here's how I looked at it in my mind. It's like, are you against pedophiles? Are you
Certainly am.
Are you for pedophiles?
Not at all.
Or are you against only the trending pedophiles?
Wow.
Because that's what it comes down to. Because it's like, okay, I like brought up all this shit that people don't read about. Like, Freddie Mercury would have all these orgy parties with little boys.
Probably did.
But so it's like, if you hate pedophiles, then you got to hate Epstein, and now they're saying possibly
Yeah.
Trump, right? You got to hate Trump, Epstein, along with Freddie Mercury on the same level. Otherwise, you're a hypocrite,
Yeah. Well, what do they say in Batman? Like, you die the hero, or you live long enough to be the villain, or whatever. But
Yeah.
everybody, if you're trying to figure out if you're a pedophile or not pedophile, that's Freudian then a little bit. If you're trying to figure out if you're a hypocrite or not, everybody is every single day. If you have a car, if
Yeah.
you're in traffic, you're cussing out the person that's slowing you up in front of you.
Yeah.
And then when you drive by them, you see them on their phone. You're like, oh, I hope you grab your chest on Christmas Eve in front of your family and fall into the tree. But then you end up looking at your phone to answer some text, and you end up holding up traffic.
Yeah.
In the same trip, you're the person calling somebody out and the person ruining somebody else's day.
It's true, man.
So everybody ends up being a hypocrite. When the powers that be come down and drop that bag on your lap and say, hey, come out to react, you're going to tell yourself all kinds of happy-go-lucky, fairy dusty tales to be like, I'm going out there for all the right reasons.
Yeah. Or you could be blunt and be like, I'm going for that fucking bag.
I'm going
like, who
for
gives
the
a
money.
shit?
But who didn't at least a couple of people turned it down?
Yeah, there was I forgot who it was. I think Kyle Kinane said it, but I don't know if that was a joke. Who else said it? I don't know. I don't know, man. But you,
'Cause I find it hard to believe. I find it hard to believe that Kevin Hart, Louis C.K. and Bill Burr needed the money.
mm-hmm.
They could. I'm not counting their pockets, but I don't think they have any issues paying their light bill this month.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, if you're not doing it for the money, then what would be the purpose?
Yeah.
Right?
The other thing though too that I notice, and because we live in a more, religion's kind of like faded away, and people associate forgiveness with religion. And I still believe in forgiveness. I've had people try to call me out where they're like, you were fucking trash talking so and so bad. You're saying the horrible person.
That's just fun to do though.
And they're like, and now you're okay with them. Now you're friends. I'm like, yeah, because I don't hold grudges like a child.
Yeah.
Like I forgave them for my own good. That's called growth. I was like, also, I was gonna write a bit about how like, I'm sure, because I talked with you on your podcast. We both got shady friends from our past that we kind of had to like leave behind.
Yeah.
Because it was like, am I gonna be with this or am I?
Yeah.
And I remember like this is kind of my bit is like, I remember you have those friends where they're like, man. So you got a wife and you got a kid and you got a house, man. You changed. And the funny thing is, I changed so much that I'm taking it as a compliment. So I don't know what to say back. I'm like, man, you still smoke drugs out of an aluminum can and you got a Honda Civic with a different colored door and you're an alcoholic. You didn't change at all, bitch.
You stayed the same. Yeah.
Which is worse. Like,
yeah. I mean, changing. Hopefully, the change is growth, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, if you can achieve that, just learning from your mistakes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I got to make the same mistake like over and over again before it like actually clicks. But
yeah,
I mean, I still enjoy the ride. A hell of a trip.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a weird thing, man. Yeah. I also I can't believe that people. I don't know, man. I don't want to have this Messiah complex or some shit. But I think because I was raised, I told you about my upbringing that I was born in Chicago, but I didn't learn English till I was 12. Everybody that I was in the household was illegal immigrants. We were all Polish. So I got to see literally right down the middle 50 split of a Polish upbringing and an American upbringing. And what I realized is even now, I'm like, all you let me put it this way. If Bad Bunny is newly in your vocabulary, it's like you're a fucking sheep to me. Because here's what happens now. Back in the day, when people in the 90s people would think for themselves, they'd be like, you listen to a band and you'd be like, well, I like the guitar. Well, I like this because the bass. Well, I like this because the lyrics. Now it's doesn't matter which side. If you're on the right, you're like, do we like Bad Bunny? Who's Bad Bunny? Hold on, let me check with my representative. Do we like Bad Bunny? We don't? All right, fuck Bad Bunny,
Yeah.
And it's the same thing on the left. Oh, they don't like him because he's Puerto Rican and it's Spanish? We don't, okay, he's on our side.
But that's old. That's like old news. They made a whole movie in the 80s with Kevin Bacon. What was that called?
I don't know.
What was it, Footloose or something like that?
He was in that movie. I don't.
Yeah.
I
think the plot of the movie is that all he wanted to do was dance and listen to music, and the town had banned dancing and shit.
Yeah.
And so he had to run to the old haunted gymnasium and just do backflips and swing on chains.
Dance in
I just
private.
wanna dance. Some people are just squares, man. If you're not into Bad Bunny, I don't know if it makes you a bad person or says anything about your political or religious beliefs. I'm just like, you're a square. If Bad Bunny came on, it doesn't matter how hard you tried, how much money you spend, how many classes you take, you just wouldn't be able to vibe with it. You wouldn't be able to boogie. You wouldn't be able to dance.
But I'm saying is most people, it wouldn't affect you at all.
No,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now it's like there's a Megadeth album in the 90s. It's called Peace Sells, but who's buying? And now it's outrage sells and it's fucking selling. Yeah. It's outrage. Like I almost want to. He's like boomers that are very like homophobic and very like, you know, even racist, right? Like some of the bosses I work with, right? It's like, here's the funny thing. It's like, bro, some of you stormed the beaches of Normandy. Some of you lived in like poverty.
Yeah.
And now you're crying about a fucking Puerto Rican Super Bowl performer? Really, dude? Like if I came back from the future, like, great Scott, you're gonna be crying about the Super Bowl performer. What, you would have been like, what?
Even those, I think those are like Afghani dudes that blew away Doc.
What? Oh yeah, Back to the Future. Yeah.
They sure did make a Middle Eastern terrorist.
Don't fucking travel to Riyadh with that DeLorean.
Nah, but I mean, these days the news cycle is so fast. Like before, something could sit in the news for a couple of weeks, a month, and live off of that because you're reading it and it takes time to write it, print it, send it out. Now the news cycle is. There's a guy like a guy that I follow his content. His name is Poetic Flacco. Mm-hmm. And every single, I don't even pay attention to him much anymore because I figured out his thumbnail scam. His thumbnail is blank white background, a picture of whoever he's talking about's face, right? And then it's always, this is horrible. This is the worst thing ever.
Yeah, the
this person's screwed.
Yeah.
And it's like in big, red letters.
Yeah.
This is the end. And then as soon as I like start watching it, in the first 40 seconds, he's like, yeah, he got a flat tire. And when he went out to like change it, he dislocated his thumb. So he can't hold a microphone for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
His tour is suspended. And it's like, you got me again, bro.
Yeah.
Like, all right. But that's what you got to do. You got to grab people's attention.
Yeah.
Quick.
But I just can't believe that people are like that. They're getting so upset about shit that like it's engineered to outrage you. It's literally engineered. Like I guess what I'm saying is like news used to be like, you fucking watch the news just because. Here's how I'll put it is like being in the 90s to me, everything was like watching the weather.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, oh, it's gonna rain today. Shit, whatever, it's gonna rain, and that's the level of whatever happiness, anger. That's the level it should be when you hear news. But I'm saying, here's what I'm saying. I don't think it's a coincidence that, from the beginning of television to like right before, I'm not giving Rogan any credit or responsibility, but he was like the first blown up podcaster, right?
Yeah.
So
first big one.
Yeah. And so all I'm saying is like, like you don't get in your fucking car and you're like, thank God for the Model T Ford, for the first one. He didn't know what he was doing. But the point is that from the beginning of the TV to now, you had all these talking heads with these fake fucking like game show hosts. Well, you won't believe it's raining cats and dogs. Yeah. And not because of the weather, but because the donation place is here.
Yeah, they're throwing them out of planes.
Yeah, just like this fake ass. I even watched a podcast where they're talking about how funny it was. Like, people were so fucking repressed with people not being authentic on TV. You could see the shift because it was like, all this like Leave It to Beaver shit. Like, all right, son, why don't you sit in dad's lap and bro, are you getting molested? Who does that? And then it went to fucking like, it was so it went immediately authentic. Jefferson's, All in the Family, Sanford and Son, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where people talked like people.
Yeah.
And
it's hard to replicate that though. Like,
yeah.
I mean, those are those times.
Well, what I'm saying is I think all this outrage is here now is because somebody like Rogan came out. He's like, I could say whatever like Howard Stern could say whatever the fuck he wanted, but he had sponsors. Sure. So now he's like, yo, I got my own platform. I could say whatever the fuck I want. I feel like all these fucking Fox, CNN, and MSNBC, they like met together and they're like, oh shit, what do we do to keep our jobs? Yeah. We gotta become the tabloids.
For what they did when Napster came out, everybody thought the record companies were over with.
Yeah.
And then they found some way to get around it and start getting that money again. Because I don't even know how they judge like a platinum album anymore. Because I'll just click it on my phone and I'm just playing it. And I'm like, how are you guys considering this?
Yeah.
Like what? How many times do I got to listen to it for it to be an album sale? You know? But they got it figured out. I
Yeah.
guess ads and all that. It's everything's for ads. People get mad. People get mad at like the person doing the stuff, but low key, you should be mad at Coca-Cola. Or you know, Valvoline oil, or whoever's like advertising on your thing, because they're the ones that are writing the checks and putting the outlines, your guidelines on what you can and cannot do.
Yeah,
like Joe Rogan, I think for a moment there he was on YouTube by himself doing and saying whatever he wanted.
Yeah,
but now, bro, he's got to follow Spotify. Spotify's a Swedish company. Like he can't say anything too crazy that Spotify be like, no.
Yeah.
And he does in his podcast, I want to say he does like ad reads. He has ad commercials, because I told you, like, I don't watch his content like that unless it's a really interesting guest that I want to hear something from, or like somebody in the government or a sports figure. And I just watched, and I still can't remember which MMA dude he had on there, but it was hella interesting. But there was so many commercials. It was the YouTube commercials. It was his commercials.
ZipRecruiter.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God. The worst thing in the world is, like, I don't know about you, but sometimes I'll put my phone, like I'm taking a shower, and I'll have it on YouTube playing whatever it is.
Yeah.
Hop in the shower. I got it over there. You know, it's over on the counter. I'm showering up. I'm wet. I'm soapy. And then all of a sudden the commercial comes on. The commercial's a whole nother podcast, bro. The commercial's like an hour and a half long.
Yeah. Dude.
I'm like, what? You're gonna teach me how to code?
Yeah.
I'm listening to another hour and a half show. What are you doing?
Dude,
that is insane.
I can't stand that all those streaming services went back to commercials. What the fuck is that? Like, I thought we had streaming because we got rid of commercials, you know?
Yeah.
Like, how many pennies do you want to pinch, you know?
Yeah.
But
and with that said, this episode of Phil Zaki's podcast is brought to you by iPhone cases.
Yeah. Fucking Temu, right? Temu grills and Temu.
So to be clear, you would sell out for a bag.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Like an aggressive 4 figures or a non-aggressive 5.
All of it, all of the above.
Per diem.
Yeah. Seriously, I like me. I mean, I love to do shows. You know what it is, dude? Like this might sound kind of cheesy, but like, you know, when you were a kid and you watched whatever. Fairy tales, action movies. You had like an idol you looked up to, right? Whatever it was, superhero, action star, maybe like Bruce Lee, right?
Ooh. Yeah, of course, Bruce Lee.
I don't know why. It's part of why I called it Wild Philosophy. I kind of just always looked up like to the elders, the philosophers, the Stoics. I want to be that fucking old man with a beard on top of the mountain who everybody goes to for advice, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And so for me, like, I mean, everything that I do in life, whether it's bad, good, if it sounds like a bad idea, I'm like, dude, it's an adventure. Yeah. You know, so to me to go to somewhere like Riyadh, I'm like, I never been to fucking the Middle East. Yeah. This is a free big. You know what I did do? That's kind of funny. Is like this. I did that 23andMe, and I remember somebody telling me, they're like, you know that. Because all humans originate in Africa, you either have Ashkenazi Jew in you, or you have, I forgot what the other one is. It's like Islamic or something, right? And so I was like, wait a minute. As how slimy and Polish I am, I'm like, I got 2% Jew in me. You know what Birthright is? Birthright is a website that if you are a practicing Jew, they will give you a free trip to Israel with a tour for a week. I was like, dog, I want to go to Israel. I don't fucking care if it's 2%. You know?
Yeah, go figure out how to control the weather so we can have like extra month of summer out.
Dude, I'm not joking. I sent that email and he literally, I'm pretty sure he like in a different and less derogatory way, he was like, "Are you really trying to Jew the Jew right now?"
Oh, wow.
He's like, you're fucking like, you don't practice it. Your mom wasn't Jewish. Like, get out of here, bro. You ain't getting a free trip, you know?
Yeah, it's probably because you sent him a picture with your grill.
Yeah.
And he was like,
"Hey, come on, man, that's Star of David's in there, you know."
I don't know about this one.
But I got lasers coming out of them, you know. But Yeah, no. I mean the other thing I was gonna say, like, have you seen that viral video that's been going around? It's like it's so fun. Like I like what's going on. I don't know if you know if you see this. What's going? I watch a lot of comedy on my YouTube, so it's all
Okay.
like all that algorithm. And what's funny is that for a long ass time, they had all these like right wing debaters: Charlie Kirk, Ben Shapiro,
Mm-hmm.
Steven Crowder, fucking who's that Fuentes, white supremacist,
Yeah.
and like that was all like right wing, and it seemed kind of annoying because it was like you guys are all right, but you're actually pretty good at debating. So like,
Yeah.
could the left make somebody so you guys don't look fucked, And lately, it's been a lot of people on the left like picking apart videos, winning debates, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And so now there's
They
like
can make
this,
that like the new American Gladiators.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
left and the right, just have them out there, just knocking it out.
yeah.
Bill Maher does that a lot on his show. He'll have like whatever. But I'm
Yeah.
listening. I'm sorry.
Dude, I miss politically incorrect.
Yeah.
We just had Average Joe's like talking about that.
Yeah.
That was awesome,
Yeah,
man.
that used to be a good show.
But yeah, he so like recently there's like this like like with Mark Maron, there's like this throwback at like all these bros in Austin.
Mm.
And you know what I was thinking about it is like I mean this is I want to know how you feel because you're more seasoned is like
Okay.
I felt like I think I told you this. I took a class with like Chris Higgins at Lincoln Lodge. I was like, I know this place is a little bit more left leaning, so there's certain topics I should stay away from, and that's okay. I'm not dying on any hill. I'm just like, part of being a comedian is knowing your audience, right?
Yeah.
And so for a while, Obama, then the Trump's first term, everybody hated Trump. You kind of like were like, well, I'm either gonna stay away from politics or I'm gonna like self-deprecate on
Yeah.
the right-leaning stuff. And I think now things shifted. So in my opinion, I'm like, dude, if you're a good comedian, and now the fucking meathead gym brat bros are taking over, I feel like you should be able to do content for those fucking meatheads.
Sure.
I don't know.
It's been I think it's been a lot of talk maybe since like right after COVID till now, because COVID shut so many things down and people were dying for entertainment. They wasn't making movies.
Yeah.
And it was hard to get entertainment for a second. That like comedian like the title started getting a whole bunch of extra superlatives on it, like the new age Socrates and the modern day philosophers and all that, which is however you choose to see it is true. I like a part of me is just like, hey, can we just get back to I like comics because they're funny.
Yeah, just being.
Like, I just
silly.
want to see something funny.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
for lack of a better example, you take Dave Chappelle. He's put so many hours into comedy that to me, he's not just a joke teller anymore, or even a regular storyteller. He'll go up there and have a 33-minute premise,
Yeah.
and he'll get laughs in his premise, but his premise is damn near the bit, and then right at the end of a half hour's worth of setup,
Yeah.
he'll hit you with a punchline that's genius.
Yeah.
And genuine giggle, and then I'll be like, damn, did Dave Chappelle just low-key change my way of thinking on whatever?
Yeah.
That's amazing. But it wasn't. Now you take somebody like, for me, you take somebody like like Tony Roberts, a Detroit comic. He's gonna go up there, and for 15 minutes you're not gonna breathe. It's gonna be set up, punchline, and the most ridiculous shit you've ever heard in your entire life.
Tony Roberts the one that does the animal voiceovers?
No.
Tony Robbins?
That's Tony. Tony Robbins is like a read The Secret, get your life together.
Oh yeah,
Taekwondo. And,
yeah.
And yeah, he probably floats in midair above lakes on the weekend for soccer moms.
I don't know what I'm thinking of.
Nah, Tony Roberts, he's probably maybe a little bit more obscure, but he's just one of those dudes that he's gonna go in there. I don't watch wrestling anymore, but he's probably like a Rey Mysterio. Like he just runs in the ring, does 17 backflips, jumps off the top ropes, pirouette, pauses in midair, comes down with an elbow, whole crowd goes nuts, and he gets out of there.
Yeah.
Right. But if you're watching like The Undertaker or somebody prolific, it's gonna be an hour long.
Yeah.
He's gonna get up 5 times. He's gonna disappear, puff of smoke.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's kind of like that. Like I like just hand it to me right now. I just want laughs. Right now, I just want to. Yeah. The philosophy of comedy and all that. There was a phase of it, I think, for the last handful of years. I like watching people laugh. Which a lot of Chicagoans doing that right now.
I do think that pendulum is swinging to general silliness and funny.
General silliness,
it is
right now.
Because right now it's like, dude, look at what happened in a week. Like not even what happened in a week. But like to simplify it into whatever Taoist terms.
Okay.
I'm thinking to myself, when I was in 6th grade, I went on facesofdeath.com.
Oh yeah.
I saw some fucked up ass picture.
The monkey.
And and I had nightmares for like a month. Right? You see something, whatever. There was the guy in Ohio, the representative who pulled out a gun out of an envelope and shoots himself.
Oh, R. Bud Dwyer.
Yeah.
And
it's like you see some shit and you're like, you never saw some shit like that before.
Nah.
Now it's like, dude.
He was polite as hell too. He's like, no, guys, no.
No, guys.
No, it's not for you. It was a 357 Magnum. He had in a paper bag.
Yeah.
And boy, oh boy.
Yeah. And now it's like, dude, you look at the past. Like, don't even talk about politics or agenda or who you side with. The past 3 weeks, the entire nation has seen a dude get shot, in a fucking public area. Children getting zip tied by like the SS of America, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, shooting after shooting after, and we're just like, gonna clock in tomorrow at my 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? What that does is that swings the pendulum to, guys, let's just fucking laugh again. We need some laughter. We need some silliness.
I'll tell you. I've probably done like 3 podcasts. I haven't brought it up on a podcast. I'll bring it up here. You talk about children getting zip tied. I'll tell you a different kind of story. So I had a friend. I went to high school in Japan, right? Military kid, and you there's kids from all over the world when you're a military kid. So I'm in high school in Japan. I had a friend of mine, and this is the 90s. I graduated in 1999.
Can I ask, did you have to learn Japanese?
No, not even a little bit.
Okay.
So there was this kid. I won't say his name. Filipino kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew him in Japan, and we was like really cool. We didn't hang out. My mom didn't make him sandwiches, nothing like that. But then I got out the military. I joined the military. I'm stationed in California, and we bump into each other again. So we're like even a little bit more cooler at that point, right? And so this is early like 2000. Yeah, this is pre 9/11. So a couple of weeks ago, I have a show in McHenry. Shout out to Vixen. Shout out Stephanie Robinson. I have a show at the Vixen.
Yeah.
And it's on a Wednesday. Well, that Tuesday, I get a Facebook DM. It's my guy, and he's like, "Bro, I'm in town." He's like, "Yo, I just got in town. I'm gonna be here for the next like week or 2. You got any shows coming up?" I was like, "Actually, I got a show tomorrow. It's out of town." He was like, "Oh, that's actually not too far from me. I'm gonna come check you out." So he pops out with his homeboy. Come checks out the show. Good time. Yeah. I see him. Hey, high fives, hugs, snap a picture, and this, that, and the third, right? And I'm talking to him. Now, I haven't seen this cat in 15 plus years, maybe closer to 20 years. I haven't seen him.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing him for the first time, and like all my memories are starting to come back from forever ago, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, actually, I'm like, bro, I was like, I feel like I want to say like 10, 15, some odd years ago. Did you say that? Did you put it online that you were like Border Patrol or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, yeah, I still am. That's what I'm in town for. I was like, what?
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
He's an ICE agent?
He was like, yo, this is somebody I knew from high school.
Yeah.
Back in the 90s.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, they just moving us here and there. We're here for 2 weeks, then we're going off to the next city for. I was like, are you kidding me? Seriously.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy as hell. All right, boom, boom. Shake spots, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the next day, I go on my Facebook. And I guess because we was kicking it the night before, it like put his thing like right at the top of my whatchamacall. I haven't seen his updates in forever. It's Facebook.
Yeah.
I check out his story. Did you see Buddy that hopped on the bicycle? And got away from the ICE agents? Yeah. In his story, he has the Call of Duty first person perspective of that. He was there. As a matter of fact, one of his screenshots is him. He was on the news. It's him with a cowboy hat and sunglasses. This is the guy I know.
Yeah.
And I'm checking out his story, and in his story, he's like, yeah, we tried to hide behind like the little stop sign on the bus to catch Buddy, but he dusted us. LOL type shit. I text him like, bro, are you for real? I was like, yo, you're more famous in this city than I am. This is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah. I was like, what's even going on with y'all? Like low key, I was gonna try and see if I can get him on my podcast and like blur his face and be like, what the fuck is really going on, man? Talk to me.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, well, tonight we're gonna go do a raid on the South Shore. Like I knew about it like the day, and I'm like, this is blowing my fucking mind. But what blows my mind the most about it is bro is like he's Filipino.
Yeah.
Like through and through.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I wonder. I mean, I don't live his life, but it just kind of blows. It kind of blows my mind.
You know what sucks is like, it's like when you talk about, even us talking about this now, we're gonna gain haters, we're gonna gain lovers, you know, because it's like it's hard to talk about, you know. Like for example, I'm like, I mean, how do I put? It's like I remember somebody posted recently. They were like, "Yo, man, how come they're going over after Latinos, man?" And it's like, well, I mean, if you do the math, if you look up the percentages, that's the highest percentage of people who don't get their citizenship. So you know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it. It's not like it isn't a race issue. It's sort of like I don't know how to explain it. It's like,
I would say it's a race issue. I've been profiled I don't know how many times.
Yeah.
I've had 2 guns pulled on me in my life, both of them by cops. I've been in collared shirts coming from my 9 to 5 and had like Hispanic and white cop pull me over, throw me on the trunk, empty all my shit, call me all kinds of names, grab on my your digs, the whole nine. You know what I mean? I've had cops. My first DUI, the cop was like playing around planting drugs on me. Like I've been through it, and I'm not unique by any stretch. Having this put you in the line of fire.
Yeah.
For
did
a lot of that.
Did they pull out Sherwin-Williams paint tint to compared to
to see if I get through? But no, I mean that profiling stuff.
I'm not trying to say that. I'm not saying they're not profile.
Yeah.
So here's the thing that sucks, that you can't. I sound like I'm for ICE the way I'm talking right now. I'm not. What I'm saying is, I think what they're doing is 100% fucking wrong. It's 100. It's 100% power trip flex.
Yeah.
And it's literally the proof is in the pudding. When your friend's like, oh yeah, they're putting us 2 weeks here, 2 weeks here, 2 weeks here. Yeah, that's what you do to scare people, not to solve a problem. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like if you had like, in all seriousness, if there was just out of nowhere a fucking zombie outbreak, right? And you got to mow down zombies because this disease is spreading. Are you gonna? We'll go 2 weeks here. We'll go 2 weeks here. No, you gotta like take care of the problem.
Yeah.
So this is all about fear. So it's like it's hard for people like me or anybody to talk, because it's like that's what I always say. This country's about dualism. It's like you're either with us or against us, and it's like, well, I'm with having efficient non-criminal immigrants here who contribute to this country, but because I'm one of them, but you don't do it like this. You know, that's what I mean. Like there's so much shit that I feel like people don't talk that people don't talk about it. Like for example, like I don't know, man. You know,
being on the street and having somebody judge you and ruin your entire life based on the color of your human skin is wrong. Period. It doesn't matter who mandates it. If the one thing, like if you're like, hey, your job as an officer or whatever is to go out there and catch shoplifters. Okay, so you have to be by shops. You have to see somebody lift something. Then you have to like, hey, grab them, find the stuff that you visualize them lift. But if the thing is, we think some of these brown people aren't supposed to be here, and then your only description of like how to do your job is some brown people.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bogus as fuck.
That is yeah, because you know what, when that happens
because you get to do whatever you want to whoever you want.
Yeah.
Because that isn't even a rule or a guideline.
And that's the problem is like any movement forward in history, somebody makes a great invention or something, and there's people who will exploit it. It's like the whole Einstein thing. He's like, oh, we got this new source of energy that'll help us, and then it gets turned into a bomb. You know? And so it was like the same thing with like, oh, you know, this is what it's like to be a police officer. This is what it's like to help, you know, people in need where there's neighborhoods of crime.
Yeah.
Well, this says every bully that I grew up with became a cop. So are they signing up to make things better? They're signing up because, dude, I could throw this motherfucker against the wall and get away with it.
Yeah.
You know? And so, I mean, but there's stuff that I think just people don't talk about. Like, for example, you know.
Well, everybody knows it. Like, if you can go talk to any OG in any hood in any era, and you'll hear the same thing. There's not one gun factory in the hood. There's not one poppy field in the hood. There's not one. There's no Heisenbergs in the hood.
Yeah.
This is all coming from other places, and it gets infiltrated through that. And if you really wanted to stop it, I mean, you go to the source. Don't go to the user and then punish the user, because you're doing that all day. You're doing that just to make numbers on your spreadsheet at your job look decent,
to fill in a spot in your private prison. You know?
Yeah.
But the thing that I think that people don't talk about is it's like when you see this whole ICE shit, you know, like when I saw this post, they're like, how come they're targeting like Hispanic people, whatever. It's just like, what I think about is like, any time that somebody comes in illegally, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And say the highest percentage is Latino, that means you're okay with cutting in front of everybody else around the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I mean, just look at it as like you're at a grocery store. There's a self-checkout line. One of the registers, there's a Japanese person. One is the British person, Polish person, Italian person, and then just like maybe there's like 13 Hispanic people who just cut in line and just run through.
Yeah.
That's like I'm not shitting. I'm just saying, like, what do you do about that?
You know? If they get away with it, you let them. And if you get caught, you get caught. But I mean, I can't poo-poo somebody that cuts corners and tries to get, because it's not only going to be Hispanic folks that are able to actually make it here illegally.
Yeah,
I know that for 100% true.
Absolutely.
You know? And doing something like that, who knows why they were leaving or why you would want to get here, or let alone anywhere else in the world. If you're trying to get somewhere else. If you can do some, because I will never get tired of thinking my lucky stars that I got away with some of the shit that I got away with.
Yeah.
You know? Because if I would have got caught for everything I did, things are different.
Like,
so,
even though it ain't right what's going on, I do think like I always talk about like, you know, the game The Sims?
Yeah.
It's like when you look at things zoomed in, you got to zoom out and look at it a little simplified. Yeah. Like zoomed in, it's Mike Knight, the podcaster, the comedian of many years in Chicago, talking to this newbie comedian out in whatever, right? But when you zoom out, it's just like, oh, these are two humans bonding over a similar thing, right? And so I think like when you zoom out of this whole fucking thing, you know what I realized too is like, remember when like, because I remember this, where it was like there was it felt like one day I didn't know any fucking thing about trans life or anything about that, right? And then just overnight it was like thrown in your face, right? And I think the reason of that is that's that pendulum. It's like, because if you throw it in your face at 100%, like for example, if trans people weren't, it was always fucking stigmatized in the 90s and shit, right? So if being trans was like 5% okay in the 90s, now when you fucking throw that shit in everyone's face, after that it fades a little bit down, people get a little bit more accepted, and now it's maybe 50%. And that's the thing with this whole ICE shit, with this fear. I think what he's doing is he's like, okay, it's not okay to come here illegally, so I'm gonna scare the fuck out of you, so that for a little bit of time, you guys maybe won't do this.
Can I tell you why I disagree with you a little bit? When it comes to the trans thing, because right now everything that's in your phone is designed on a scientific level to engage you, to make you feel something, so that you're invested, so you'll stick around, so that Gillette can sell you a razor. It's not even just smart human minds, it's smart human minds that make smart computers that make this stuff to appeal to you on a crazy level that I have not even the beginning of understanding. But it is designed that way, because for me growing up, there was RuPaul. Nobody gave a shit, because it wasn't I'm RuPaul and I'm this, and here's a list of the things and the woo woo woo. It was just RuPaul Drag Race or whatever. It was Freddie Mercury doing whatever. It was Little Richard. Nobody said anything. Everybody knew. It was Richard Simmons. It was it was a bunch. And I'm in no way trivializing or saying things were easier for people living a certain sexuality or a certain life back then than it is now. I couldn't tell you, right? But I just know that if it's in your phone, it is a fucking damn picket ding dongs, ho hos, nerds, gummy worms. They're delicious. They're designed. They put it Coca-Cola. They have the formula for Coca-Cola locked under Fort Knox. Like, you're not gonna get to it. You can have a space laser. You're not gonna get to the formula for the syrup in Coca-Cola.
So what are you saying? It's engineered to be in your
specifically.
face.
Specifically. If everybody knows that if you drink Coke all day every day, you're gonna get diabetes, and people still do it. It's because it is designed. They have figured out whatever it is. This has figured out whatever it is to make you. Because it's a civil war outside. Go outside. Go outside right now. It looks very non-civil war-y. People are just walking to the corner store. But if you open up your phone, mayhem.
It was like we were saying about the fueling outrage. You know? But that, I mean, I think that's like, I'm not like complaining that it was in my face, but I'm saying, like, I think that sometimes everything needs to be thrown in your face. So that, like, here's what I'm saying is every one of those like the people that you named off, Freddie Mercury, Little Richard, RuPaul, it sucks, because if you weren't famous, what happened to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got that. It's almost like you got that pass, because look at how far, I don't know, Michael Jackson got the pass of shit he did,
allegedly.
It
was never proven in court.
But you get what I'm saying. It's like, I guess the way I look at it is, like, I look at these patterns of, like, I raised myself, so I sort of only trust, like, anecdotal experiences, and I think to myself, like, what was it like when I saw the first trans person at a restaurant? Every motherfucker, like, just like, what is that? What is that? Now you do it, like, it's just like, This person is a part of society. Respect it. Who gives a shit? Use their pronouns. They want to be accepted. Who gives a fuck, right? And that's what I'm saying is, I think that sometimes, like they talk. I forgot there was a billboard about, like, racism, but they were talking about, like, everything, where it's like, how do you shift from tolerance to acceptance?
Good luck. So. Like, for me, it's just be yourself. And be yourself, as in, don't tell me what you are. And I'm not singling anybody out, but you don't have to announce yourself. Just be yourself, and then we can decide if we vibe or not, no matter who you are. If you had $100 million, right, and we're at a bar, I'm playing pool, and you walk up, hey, anybody playing with you? Nah, do you want to get on a game? Yeah, sure, let's play. And then we're sitting there, we play a few games, we get to talking, we might be cool. All right, cool. That worked out, right? Yeah. Oh, you're a comic? Oh, that's what's up. Me too. You do gigs, boo, 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 boo. Right now, same bar, you walk in, hey, you playing anybody? No. All right, cool. You know I'm rich, right? Like super rich. I have $100 million. I'd be like, ew, you fucking bitch. Just take the table. I don't even want to play anymore. Like, why did you announce that to me?
It'd be funny to flex the other way. You know I'm poor.
You know I'm incredibly. Well, then I'd feel better than you.
You know I eat cat food. How the fuck did I win this pool game?
Because that's all you have to do all day, you broke bastard. Get out of my face. I love the grill though.
Yeah, dude. Oh man.
Yeah, just be yourself.
Yeah,
I would say you don't have to tell me you got $100 million.
Yeah,
unless I can do something with your $100 million.
Yeah,
if it does nothing for me, then just be yourself.
Mm-hmm. You know what I was gonna say. The last thing I was gonna before I interview.
Yeah.
So I mentioned this on another podcast, but obviously I'm gonna say it on here. Like, so some wild shit fucking happened. Like in order. Like where it was like it started off with. I got my toe broken at work. I got workers' comp, broke all the way through, dropped the forklift, right?
Damn.
And then while I'm on workers' comp, I went to go because I'm a huge fan of Oasis.
Okay.
So I already had an Oasis tattoo, but then I was gonna get the date that I got to see them because it was their reunion tour on my arm. So I went out to Villa Park. It used to be Jerks at Joe's. Now it's Mystery Box with Reese and Addison. Shout out. And they have there's a tattoo shop in the. So I went to go get it. I'm in Addison at like Lake and Rowling. This lady rear-ended me. And she tried to take off. And it's a whole fucking wild. And then like in between that, my wife got like I'm saying I had a stressful like 3 weeks. It was fucking wild. Like I went from workers' comp to getting rear-ended and almost hit and run. Then my wife, she had like a pain in her stomach. We go to the fucking DMV of doctors, the urgent care. They don't know what the fuck. They're like, oh, it looks like a vascular blockage. They're like, what? I'm like, what's that? He's like, oh, she might die because that's what 90-year-old get. We go to the ER. They're like, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Are you kidding me? They got their fucking nursing thing at DeVry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're like, it might be intestinal blockage. Like she probably just like didn't have enough fiber or something, you know? And then like this made me laugh my ass. This is like a typical husband-wife thing. You know, it's like you can't say I told you so as a husband. You're just not allowed to.
Yeah, don't bother.
This is a red flag, but this is wild. I used to I looked up to all those fucking edgelord movies like Fight Club, American Psycho, Donnie Darko. You know? Yeah. And I remember when I saw American Psycho, he was like, I wake up in the morning and I do 10,000 push-ups, you know? Yeah. So I used to try and do like 1,000 crunches, like nonstop. I think the most I did is like 300, but when I used to do that shit, your abs cramp. Yeah. Like you get like it's the weirdest thing too because you'll just be like walking the next day and you just like get a knot, you know? Yeah. And I asked her, I'm like, are you sure you just... I'm like, when did you feel the pain? She's like, when I got up in the morning, I got it. You know, she Undertakered out of the bed. You know, and I'm like, are you sure it's not happening? We go to the actual specialist. One test. They're like, if it's intestinal, it hurts regularly. They're like, do you know the other way to build your abs? You balance on your ass in the shape of an L, so you kind of like this, because it like you're using your core. She did that once, and she was like, "Oh my god, that hurts a lot." He's like, "Yeah, you pulled a muscle." You know. And then after that, my fucking cats were going nuts. Did I show you that video when I was over at you?
I don't think so,
dude. Like so I had my cats for 5 years. Get along fine. I come down here one day. It was like a A24 Hereditary movie. There's just there's fucking they
were having a seance.
There was fur chunks everywhere.
Oh, wow.
They shredded each other to bits. They were screaming at each other. Like I'll show you the video after. They were like, you know when an ambulance passes by and you could it's so loud that like you could almost like feel your eardrum. That's how loud they were fucking screaming. And then me and my wife started fighting, and like all this shit was going down, and my wife's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Did somebody set fucking chaos on the Sims game they're playing on? You know.
Right.
And I remember, dude, this is so stupid. I don't even believe in like woo supernatural shit. I bought this creepy ass fucking gas mask from the 1950s on Marketplace. It isn't like a World War II mask. It's like it was for like
smoking weed.
No, it was. I think it was like when you work at a factory that they like dip car parts in acid.
Oh, okay.
So it was like a factory industrial. It wasn't like people. You think of like old masks. You think of like fucking World War II. They're spraying Agent Orange or something.
You bought some Pimp My Ride memorabilia.
Yeah. And I had that in my. And she's like, "You've been starting to have bad luck ever since you got that fucking thing."
Oh.
And so I posted recently. It looks creepy as fuck. I set that thing on fire in my brother's yard. We put it in the fireplace.
Oh wow.
And you know what freaked me the fuck out is. You know when there's like in the old days they like when you had a trunk when you were moving?
Okay.
And you know how trunks look? I think they do it on like guitar amps too, where the corners they got like a metal plate.
Yeah.
So like this mask, it came in a trunk like the size of like a microwave.
Mm-hmm.
And inside it was the gas mask, it was the hose, and then it had like this little chlorine canister, which is the filter.
Mm-hmm.
And then it had like an instruction manual. All the metal on the box was copper. So we fucking when we set that thing on fire, it started having a blue flame. I'm like, holy fuck, is Splinter coming out of this flame? You know, I was like, there's a fucking ghost in this thing.
Yeah.
This is bad luck.
I would have been spooked out of my mind.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
But that's my goofy shit. So, but
Cool,
I wanted to interview you. Like, you know, so Mike Knight, man, you've been part of the Chicago. Did you start comedy in Chicago?
No, I was in Omaha for a year before I came out here. But I jumped off the porch in Omaha.
Okay, and was that during like military stuff?
No, it was after the military. I was being a jerk in life, and then I met somebody. I was like, you should do comedy. I was like, yeah, damn,
okay,
it's that easy, huh? Okay.
Did you grow up in Chicago?
Nah, no. Like different countries, different states. So
where were you born in?
Texas.
Oh,
San Antonio.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you mentioned like that's.
I was born on a military base.
Yeah, that's they call it like military brat life, right?
Yeah, I call it military kid, military brat. It's all the same. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a friend like that. He was saying like he just moved from fort to fort.
Yeah.
And
that's Army. Yeah.
He kind of had a funny story because my buddy was blind,
and
he had a rare condition where he could only see peripheral. So like his blindness was sort of like I don't know what
it's like Ben Noble.
I don't know if it's like you say rot or atrophy, but it started from the middle and moving outwards until it was full, and it fucked him up because he used to be able to see up until like 16, and then it started going away. And you could tell immediately because when he'd introduce himself, he would like look up or to the side because he could only see peripheral. So he'd be like, "How's it going, Mike?" And like he'd want to see what you look like. So, but he was telling me that like that's how they found out I was on the base because his dad was playing ping pong, and he's like, "Why the fuck does it keep hitting you in the face? Like you can't."
That's horrible.
Dude.
That's horrible. If I'm gonna be blind, make me blind from the beginning.
Yeah, man.
Don't let me hit puberty and then take my eyes away.
Yeah, dude, I felt bad for him. He went through some but so you moved around as a military kid, and were both your parents in the military?
And just my pop.
Okay, yeah. And then like do you think he influenced you cuz you said you were military as well, right?
Yeah, it was kind of I was a jerk in school though too. Like I like the class clown that probably went overboard a little bit more,
pulling pranks
than I should have. Yeah,
trolling.
I was a bit of a troll. And when you're like in another country, even though we're on the military base, it's like they don't want. I was just being a jerk for real.
They're like, is this what all Americans are like?
Yeah. I got taken out. So I got expelled twice. And one of the years, the second year I was expelled, they actually brought me back, but I ended up going to special ed class for like the second half of the year.
Where was that at?
That was in England.
Oh wow, they put you in special.
I was certainly in special ed class. That was my favorite. I believe the teacher's name was, was it Miss Hightower? I forget her name.
Oh, that
man,
badass.
It was Miss Vaughn. But I love her with all my heart. Like she let us build like a cardboard fort in there. We was bringing in action figures.
Man.
Every day was like coloring day.
What city was it in?
It was Mildenhall Air Force Base in England.
Okay, is that like closer to London, Manchester? You know,
London was like an hour and some change away.
Okay.
Like we would go there for like field trips, like school trips, or like the family. Like you want to go to the city or whatever. So it's kind of like being out here and then going downtown or whatever.
Yeah,
you know.
I don't want to sound like a wimp, but I was gonna say like that must have been hard because this sounds so wimpy because I've been through some very serious shit, but whenever people ask me, they're like, "What do you think fucked you up the most?" And that was moving from Chicago to the burbs in high school. Because like they say, I remember reading somewhere they're like literally, I'm not even joking. This article might be fucking stupid, but they're like on par with like sexual assault.
Oh wow!
Because like high school is like for everybody, especially they said girls. It's the most vulnerable fucking part.
For sure. Yeah.
Because you're growing up a kid. You're like, the reason why it was hard for me is because I was learning English. So, and I hate explaining this to people because people are like, so when did you, like, I would talk to people from my past and be like, dude, I remember you speaking English before 12. And I was like, yeah, but I probably didn't know what the fuck you were saying. They make it seem like, oh, you were 6 and you didn't know a fucking word. And then you woke up at 7, know the whole Webster's Dictionary,
Right.
I wasn't confident until I was like 12. And it was hard because it was like when you're a little kid, you're like, you think of like the stages of like friendship. You're like, oh, when you're like preschool, kindergarten, you're kind of just like, hi, my name starts with a P. Your name starts with wanna be friends, just dumb shit. And that's like, then you start comparing toys. And then you get to the point where you start getting a little cliquey and you don't fit in. And not knowing English, I always felt like I was at least 5 years behind.
Sure.
So once I hit high school, that shit fucked me up because I was like, I finally reached a point where maybe I didn't fit in, but I wasn't being harassed and like being called. I got called a dumb Polak like every day of my life in grammar school.
Sure.
It was awful. And I reached a point where I was like, oh, it's set up. I'm like, I know who I am. I'm playing football. I got my friend group. I got girlfriends. Oh, we're moving, And it was almost like, dude, it was like being a killer whale and seeing your family through a window because we only moved like 10 miles.
Yeah.
So it was like I was close enough to see my old friends, but also close enough to be like, bro, what the fuck are you doing here? Don't you have new friends? They let you fade away.
Yeah.
And so I'm wondering for you, did that ever you think that ever fucked with you, like having to go to like from school to school to school,
Yeah, I was moving countries back before the internet was a thing, so
yeah.
No, it definitely hit hard the first times. Like I was in grade school, like when we left Okinawa. Then I was still in grade school when we left England. So, and these are like 4 years at a time. So you make solid friendships, and then you move, and it stings, and then it stings less and less and less and less.
Yeah.
As it goes by, maybe high school hit pretty hard, but not even really then. Then you're kind of used to it, and all the kids that I was going to school with, we were all military kids, so we all knew what it was.
Yeah,
and every time somebody would leave, if they was a part of your gang, your clique or whatever, we'd all go to the flight line, to like the on base thing where you flying out of, and it'd just be the gang of people. That was like your going away party. Just everybody's at the flight. We cry, deuces, you leave. you're on the phone with them for 6 months, and then they're living a whole nother life.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Out of sight, out of mind, and you keep it moving. So
Yeah.
it probably did something to me early in life, but now I just look back on it as that's a hell of an experience to have living in other countries.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I hate too? Like, I don't know what to blame it on. I don't want to blame. Like, I don't like pointing the finger of blame. Like, after getting into Taoism, I'm like, I don't believe in blame. I think just like energy comes together and shit happens, And like, but if I had to blame, I used to be like, man, it's probably because I didn't have a dad, so I didn't really know like how you're supposed to form companionship. But then also, I used to think like the thing that makes me laugh is like being raised in the '90s. All those movies painted a picture.
Arnold was your dad.
What?
Arnold was your dad. Arnold was your daddy.
I'm talking about like it made it 90s movies made it seem like even though your family's broken, they're gonna be eventually amazing, and that didn't happen.
Yeah.
It was like whatever Ms. Doubtfire, all this,
right.
Or like whatever Hocus Pocus. Like, there's all these like families that are like, oh, we're moving because the parents got divorced, but we love each other.
I was about to say, Ms. Doubtfire, they didn't get back together, did they?
No,
right.
No.
That one kept it a little real.
Yeah, and it was just, but even like I don't know, it was even like watching like I love fucking like Sandlot.
Yeah.
And to me, that movie sort of like painted this picture of me like, oh, you know what? Even if you are Smalls, the pain in the ass, they'll accept you. No, they won't.
Yeah.
No, they won't. They'll gang up and throw fucking rocks at you.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to blame it on, but it just, I guess it gave you like hopeful expectations. But so you moved around, and like what made you like how old are you now, if you don't mind?
45.
45. When did you first, like, what do you think was your first mic? Do you remember where it was?
Oh, I was 30. It was at the Hideout in Omaha, Nebraska.
Okay.
Yeah. So my first mic, I was 30 years old. Yeah.
30 years old. Okay. Did you what did you think of the scene out there? Did you like the whole setup and
I was 31, and then I moved out here when I was 32. Yeah. No, I took to it like a duck to water, It was because I grew up in the military. There was no stand-up comedy when I was growing up, except for watching it on shows, but there's no, when you're in a military base in a foreign country, there's no open mic scene. It doesn't exist. So I never put the two together. And once I was out of the military, I was living in Nebraska, and I met this dude, and he was like, "Hey, I've been doing comedy for like a long time, and you're funny. Like, you should come out and do comedy." And I was like,
"Does he still do it?"
Yeah.
You want to shout him out?
He knows who he is.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask, do you know who Winslow Dumaine is? He's I met him at like this is like 2 years before I did comedy. I was just looking for any fucking bullshit job that hires everybody.
Yeah.
And it was one of those places where it's like, this is a revolving door because it's like a toxic place.
Yeah.
It's a place called C.H. Robinson, and I worked there with, I think it was like 3 comedians that I didn't know were comedians because like Adam Quaslow was there.
Oh, wow.
And Winslow Dumaine was also there, and he Winslow's like he was from Omaha, Nebraska. He grew up there.
Okay.
He was like a goth, like metalhead type guy.
I'm about to say I would remember the name Winslow.
Yeah, he I don't know if he does. I think he's trying to get back into it, but he just like he really got into he like designed an entire tarot deck that he sort of like crowdfunded and shit, and it blew up. And you know what? He doesn't like being this, but he's the rat hole guy.
The rat hole guy.
Remember that whole viral rat hole in Chicago that was all over the news?
Oh yeah.
He's the guy. He was the guy who posted the first picture. He was like, I think he was on a date with some weird. And she's like, I'm gonna show you this rat hole. It's fucking unbelievable. And then he posted it, and he had such a following already from the tarot stuff, from comedy. And then like he would they had him, I think, on like ABC7 or what is it, the Sunny Good Morning, that all the comedians, I think Ariel Julie was on there.
Yeah.
and they're just like, so how does it feel being the rat hole guy? He's like, I don't want to be known as that. I'm so much,
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so you moved here there, and I think, I don't know if you told me before. So I want to know, when you started, when people said you were funny, did you have any like top 3 that you look up to at that time?
At that time, the big 3. So it was probably not even probably. It was Eddie Murphy. Yeah, probably Eddie Murphy, like Pryor, Red Fox, George Carlin. I used to be in the Gallagher. I was always a super duper fan of comedy. Not just the name. Like we were talking about Sam Kinison. I saved up the UPC codes from my Pop Tarts to get Paula Poundstone's Pop Tart VHS comedy half hour. Bro, like I had the typical, like one day I went into my mom and pop's like box closet, and they had like Red Fox tape, Mom's Mabley, Richard Pryor tapes, and I would just listen to them and just giggle, and I'm too young to really know what they're talking about, but it was just hilarious. Me and my folks watched Sinbad's Atlanta comedy special 27 times, man.
Yeah.
I've always been a huge fan of comedy, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Sinbad's interesting. Like I didn't appreciate Sinbad till I got older.
He's hilarious.
Because I remember he had his show in the 90s, but I think I was too young to know what he was, the references and shit. And yeah, dude, Sinbad's great. I actually like, so when my wife and I, we've
Robin Williams live.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a dirtbag, but Bill Cosby himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would go out and get like bootleg tapes. When we were living in Okinawa, there used to be this off base. Used to be this place. We had a Betamax.
Yeah.
And there used to be this place off base that would just bootleg the shit out of American videos.
Yeah.
And we would be there every weekend.
Dude, that shit, that bootleg stuff, it makes me cringe like crazy. You know why? Because I remember going to like these like Ozfest or Slayer, and I remember going there, and obviously it had all the, like, what is it called? Like the associated stuff, right? It'd be like, oh, well, if you like Slayer, then we have all this Metallica, right? But then you'd go down it would go down this rabbit hole of like, it'd be a little bit fun, like CKY, Jackass before Jackass. And then it went a little harder. It was like, you want to see some bum fights? I was about to say that. and then you know what was the hardest? I remember all those bootleg. They had that R. Kelly tape.
Oh, wow.
It was fucking messed up.
I tell you, the hardest thing to watch was Steve-O. Do you remember when Steve-O had his own video of just like, I'm Steve-O for an hour?
I think so. Is it where he wrecks his apartment?
He like stapled like his thing to his legs, and
yeah,
he was doing a lot. That was back in the hardcore drug days.
Yeah.
He like lit his hair on fire, did a backflip, lit his face on fire. It was all kinds of crazy, man. But low key, I do have to shake spots a little bit, man. And like dip out of here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah,
I wanted to tell you, like, so how many years have you been in now? You're 35. So
for a comedy?
Yeah.
I took a 5-year break. And then I actually came back right at when COVID hit and the world stopped. I was like, thank you. This is a sign, obviously.
Yeah.
Because everything stopped. Everybody stopped. And then I was still connected to the scene a little bit.
Yeah.
And people were having secret comedy shows. So I was like, this is a way for me to get back in. Because it was heartbreaking. I tried to square up. I was going through some stuff, and my alcoholism at the time was like really kicking my ass.
Yeah.
And
well, shit, congrats that you got off alcohol.
I appreciate it. And I tried to square up, but it wasn't fulfilling to me. So when COVID hit and then everybody had to stop doing comedy, I was like, oh, everybody's in the same boat I am now.
Yeah.
So I could just start creeping out, and then I've been
Did
back
you do
on
a Zoom
it since
show?
then. Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Oh, I did.
Yeah. You know what annoyed the fuck out of me? Like, I went to my wife and I, like 2 years ago, we had like a delayed honeymoon because we got married and we had a great fucking wedding party, but it was right before COVID. Like COVID, what they started lockdown, it was like in February or something. We had our wedding like the October before.
Oh, wow.
So it was, so I was like, fuck, well, half glass empty. What are we going to do for a honeymoon? Everything's locked down. Half glass full. I could save up a shit ton of money so that we have the most bomb-ass honeymoon.
All right.
And we went to Hawaii. And when I went there, I was like, I was a year in comedy. I was looking for a mic. They're like, yeah, dude, we got this bar, this pizza bar that we go there. Dude, you know what it was? It was 2 comedians from Hawaii sitting at a gamer's cubicle, zooming in with people around the U.S. I'm like, why are you telling me to go to this bar? I could do this from my hotel, you know?
Yeah.
But so I want to wrap it up. Like, can I ask real quick? I know everybody has like their generation that they sort of go up with, right? Like for me, it'd be like, I started out at Jerks at Josephine's with, I know they were already in it, but there was like Danny Hamill, Dylan Mahler, Dan McCarty, AJ Leidig. We were kind of like, that was like my kind of like set of more or less 1 to 2 years in, you know. Do you have like a group that you kind of like moved along with that is still around that you want to shout out? Or
I mean, honestly, no. Not that I don't have like peers that I get along with or look up to, but for me, comedy, like, can you make me laugh? Can we laugh together?
Yeah.
Can we go up on stage, bomb, you make fun of me, you go up on stage, I sit back here with the rest of the comics, make fun of you, you get off the stage, I tell you what I was making fun of you about, and we laugh some more.
Yeah.
Can I walk up to you, say something absurd, and we start joking about it? Like, I don't, like, I mean, you could just take my age if you want to, or take the time that I moved here if you want to, and be like, these are the class. But I mean, right now I rock with people that, like, some of my main guys in the comedy game are 15, 20 years younger than me, or my same age, or anything in between.
Yeah.
So can we let, that is my my favorite thing about I tell you what, here's my class. If I walk up to you and say, tell me your best bomb story, and you don't hesitate, we're cool.
Yeah.
But if all you talk about is, ew, I was just ooh, and I crushed, and last time I was on stage I killed, I'm like, ew, get away from me. Ew.
You want to quickly know my worst bomb story?
Please let me know.
Okay, so I think I said on your podcast I didn't have a good relationship with my mom.
Yeah.
And
she heckled you?
Huh? No. I was like, it was a weird mindset when she was dying, because she had ALS, and it was like, this is awful. ALS is one of the worst diseases to watch somebody deteriorate. Yeah. And so what happened is I was like that open micer where, like, I went to Jerks at Josephine's, and I was like, this is my home, this is where I'm comfortable. I don't want to try a Wednesday mic. I don't want to try. I'm just gonna go here, you know. And then you find out, no, you got to go every fucking night of the week. So I was going there, and at that time, my mom died on that Tuesday. I left work early. I went to and like, it was wild because, like, I saw her die. Wow. I'm literally like, she's got the air tube through her mouth. Her face is drooping because she's been on they're literally pumping air to her to keep her alive. I see her flatline, and I just sat there and I was like numb as fuck because of all the shit, she did. And I was like, and then I got in the car and I bawled my eyes out because I was like, this is my only mom. But then I was like, you know what I should do? I should go to a fucking mic and just roast her to death, And I went to Joe's and I did a set, and then like at 8, people are like, dude, this is too raw. Like, we feel bad. Why are you here?
Yeah.
And then, dude, like, my favorite Chicago comic at the time, not at the time, like, at the time she was here, but she's still my favorite guy. Jess Misitano goes up.
Oh, yeah, Jess.
Shreds me to bits. Like, destroys me. While she's destroying me, there's a guy have you ever been to Josephine's? It's kind of dim. It kind of looks like in those noir movies where it's like a jazz club. So there's a one little candle at your table, So I didn't see. There was a fucking old man in the crowd. I'll never forget his face because he looked like that new penguin.
Okay.
And he rolls up to me. He's like, son. And he puts his hand on my shoulder. It's like, my mom had ALS and I just got diagnosed with it. So I'm trying to hit back to Jess, like roast her back. And this motherfucker clutched onto me like a tick. And he's crying. And it feels, dude, I don't know this. This is a strange old man. And I'm feeling his fucking tears go on my nipples. Like this is so weird. You know, I drove back home and usually
what's weird is you had your shirt off.
No, he was crying so much. Yeah. It's like, oh, you do have ALS? Let's talk about this. No, dude.
Hilarious.
No, I mean, no, it was weird because like I would continuously bomb.
Yeah.
And then when you bomb, you sort of like, okay, I had this 3-minute premise, but 5 seconds out of it, I got to laugh. So I'm going to go over it in the car on the way home.
Yeah.
On the way home in the car, I was like, what the fuck just happened? I got shredded by Jess, which is an honor, but then this motherfucker's tears are still drying on my shirt.
Wow.
You know, I don't know if that's a bomb, but it was like
memory. Yeah,
I could never describe that emotion.
That's a tremendous story.
Yeah.
I can't figure that out.
But yeah, man. Do you want to plug your shows, your tags?
First, I'd like to plug Wild Phil Lasecki for having me on his show. What's the name of your show again?
Wild Philosophy.
Wild Philosophy. That's what was throwing me off, is that you add the extra letter, Wild Philosophy.
It's got Phil.
Philosophy. All right, fair enough. But thank you for having me on here.
For sure, man.
And then for me, it's just my podcast, the Real Rap Podcast. The rap stands for regular ass people. And check out his episode, and then stick around and check out some more episodes.
For sure.
And then I'm Mike Knight Comedy on all the things.
Fuck yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Appreciate you.
For sure.